Marino. And our next guest is Debra Wallace Foreman. She is an internationally syndicated entertainment journalist with more than 25 years experience, with frequent credits in Family Circle, Cosmopolitan, and fitness magazines. She writes regular feature stories for the Bucks County Courier-Times about her magazine and numerous other publications and websites. But as a result of her devotion to her 9-year-old son who has autism, she does public relations work for the Autism Cares Foundation in Richboro, Pennsylvania, and the Bucks County Autism Support Coalition. So, Debra, welcome.
Thank you very much, Phyllis, for having me.
Well, you know, what you're doing with autism is wonderful, and it's such a problem today. There are so many parents out there dealing with children with this situation, including yourself. And I have Dr. Raina Marino here. She's a medical doctor, and she certainly knows quite a bit about autism as well. So tell me, Debra, what are you doing with this organization? I understand you're doing public relations. Why did you? I know you have a 9-year-old son. That's got to be difficult for you.
It is. My son was diagnosed when he was 2.5, and like a lot of parents, I was clueless. You need therapies, and you get this alphabet soup thrown at you: PT, OT, IEP, ADHD, and it's very daunting. And I didn't know where to go for support. And slowly, when he was maybe 3 or 4, I first found out about the Autism Cares Foundation in Richboro, which was started by a mom of a 16-year-old boy to provide sensory-friendly activities and opportunities for children on the autism spectrum to get together, whether they're young children or teens, to go bowling, to go to a bounce place, to just have a good time and be accepted. And my husband passed away of congestive heart failure 3 years ago. And a lot of people, I have been a journalist and a writer and a motivational speaker and a publicist for over 25 years, as you said. And I had to make a choice, curl up and sleep late and just give up, or make a good life for my son and myself. And the Autism Cares Foundation reached out to me, and I reached back, and I have met the most loving, caring people. The director, Linda Cooper, brought me soup when I was sick in bed, right when I first started working for her. And they have accepted myself and my son, and I have learned so much. And as a result of the work that I've done for them and the Bucks County Autism Support Coalition, I have interviewed and met and reached out to Temple Grandin, her mother, Eustacia Cutler, who is going to be speaking at our autism conference on March 28th in Doylestown. I've met Jacqueline Loretta from Real Housewives. And through this network, this growing process of learning and helping and support and caring, you don't feel so alone. And you know that there's somebody to call, because there is no handbook. There is no guidebook. There's a good speech therapist or a good OT or a good doctor or a developmental pediatrician or a program, but nobody knows how to tap into it. And we all help each other as friends and as colleagues. And it's been absolutely a gift to me, and this is my gift to help them to spread the word. If you're a parent and you just got a diagnosis of for a special needs child of autism or something else, or your child is 8 or 10 or 15, call on these people. And if you want to get involved with a worthwhile organization to give your time or help with their gala, which is coming up on April 18th, like I said, they've really touched me and my heart, and they're there every step of the way. When you have an autistic child, they a lot of times don't talk, or they regress, or they don't communicate, or they don't socialize, so you don't get invited to birthday parties, and you don't get to go to the aquarium, and you don't get to go to the mall because they're going to tantrum, and they're just going to embarrass you. And I've learned to celebrate the victories.
Yes. So tell me something, Debra, because This Autism Cares Foundation, is this a national organization or just in Bucks County?
This is a Bucks County organization, a nonprofit that raises money to help families who have children with autism, and the money goes to events, and they have 2 or 3 fundraising events a year, and the parents don't have to worry that they can't afford a movie or a team dance or a prom or a bowling outing or a pizza party, because Autism Cares uses the money that it collects to go into these events. So
that's wonderful. So now I would think that there are a number of autism groups out there, and this particular foundation supports the community in which it's in. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So with that, are they connected in any way to the National Autism Group Association?
No.
Okay. This was something that was done because there were parents in the area dealing with autism, and they put this together.
Yes, they sat at their kitchen table and said, I don't want my child to be isolated. I want to help him, and I want to help other people. And they've actually become a nonprofit in New Jersey and are soon going to be certified, approved to be a nonprofit in Delaware and New York as well. So they will be branching out. But it's focused on families and social activities and providing expos and events so that as a parent I can go to their race, which we had in November, and see an attorney who might be able to help put together a special needs trust.
That's great.
Or I could meet somebody who has a camp or an OT program or a therapy program. So Linda Cooper has really been excellent at getting different educators together and just really helping these families.
No, that's incredible, because you need to have that support, and especially when you're dealing with a child. But, Dr. Marino has a question for you. She is a holistic and integrative physician as well as a medical doctor. And you have an 8-year-old daughter, too. But
I do, yeah. Thankfully, she's well. But, Deborah, I just really admire what you're doing, excuse me, with Autism Cares. And my question is, does it also provide resources for people who may want to explore other things they could be doing to help their child, maybe through diet or lifestyle? You probably have heard of that whole connection between the gut and the brain. And can Autism Cares give recommendations or resources for things like that?
They have many, like 50 different programs on their website, and while I wouldn't say that they advocate a particular diet, or they certainly know about gluten-free, and certainly, yes, I think if somebody's interested in one of those programs and they know about it, they definitely will have done some research on the front end.
Do they have, Deborah, do they have speakers that come in to help educate even further on the medical conditions of the children, to help them and ease the parents' understanding of what they might be able to do from a medical standpoint, or with some of the other initiatives that they might be able to use?
I think that's all in the works. They opened, they have a building now in Southampton, Pennsylvania, not too far from Richboro, and the building is hasn't had its grand opening yet, but it's been up and running for a few months. And the plan is to have OTs and doctors and other people, nutritionists, come in and give talks to parents and the community, and really get the community more involved. Eventually, these teens and young adults with autism, they're hoping to be able to have enough money to have some kind of group home for them with a work fair type program, whatever level they're at. And so they want, if somebody has a business, to invite the community in and say, what kinds of skills could we match your business with this child?
Right. So let me ask you, so Eustacia Cutler is going to be speaking, and what is the date of that?
Eustacia is speaking on Saturday, March 28th at the Central Bucks West High School in Doylestown. She's one of 3 keynote presenters for the Bucks County Autism Support Coalition.
Right, and is that information on the autismcaresfoundation.org site?
Some, and there's also WWDB www.bcasc.org.
Okay, so that's www.bcasc.org. And
That's
can anyone
correct.
come to this that has to deal with autism, or do you have to sign up and register?
Absolutely. A lot of educators come, a lot of therapists come. They do get certain kind of education credits that they need, to keep their certifications. But they would love to have more parents. They would love to have community members. This is a nonprofit group, and Autism Cares Foundation is also cooperating with them to help spread the word. Eustacia Cutler and I spoke for an hour and a half, and I cried, and I laughed, and she cried. And when I have interviewed she and Temple Grandin just over the past few weeks through these amazing organizations, first thing they do is send me their books. So become more and more involved and interested. And the second thing they do, which is wonderful, is tell me about your son.
Yeah, that's incredible. I'm sorry because of time we won't be able to go into more of that, but I'm really hoping that people will come out to that event that you're having out there with Eustacia Cutler. And also, Debra, perhaps you can be on the show again, and let's talk about you as a journalist, because I know you're so involved with autism, but you're an amazing woman as well as a journalist.
Thank you. Yes, I interview celebrities at New York movie junkets, Diane Keaton, Bradley Cooper, Julianne Moore, Oprah Winfrey, and I'm trying to spread the word about some of the things that I care about, like autism, and get more and more people involved, both local and national.
Well, that is fabulous. So listen, thank you so much for being with us today on The Scoop, and certainly, hopefully, people will come out there, and hopefully we'll get you back on the show again. And have a wonderful day. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.